At the heart of the thick fog lies an old and abandoned house, surrounded by a charming garden. It looks calm and beautiful from the outside, but the true face of horror lies deep down. Our story begins with a man named Jonathan Harrison, a man who lives in bitterness and disappointment. His family has broken up, and his life is falling apart. In a moment of anger and madness, Jonathan kills his beloved wife in a mysterious moment inside their home. Panic and regret prevail, dominated by the desire to avoid punishment.
In order to hide his heinous crime, Jonathan decides to bury his wife's body in the back garden of the house. He cooperates with darkness and the transient silence of anxiety, digging a deep hole and burying the corpse away from human eyes. Several months later, Jonathan decides to sell the house and move away from the ill-fated past. Potential investors gather to explore the property, without knowing the evil trapped in its dark sides. The process begins with a series of strange and terrifying events. The lights glow in faint moments, ominous sounds rise outdoors, and things turn upside down for no understandable reason. Jupiters plunge into terror and panic, becoming captives of a supernatural force that haunts them in every corner of the house.
The ghost of the murdered woman slowly begins to appear in the shadows, manipulating guests' minds with terrifying images and frightening visions. They are exposed to horrific nightmares, cold touches, and majestic sounds, which makes them question their sanity. Madness spreads among guests and buyers, as they lose control of themselves and fall into the nets of madness. Every attempt to escape turns into a horrific confrontation with evil spirits and ruthless ghostly creatures. The nights become ominous and the days terrifying, as the boundary between reality and nightmares blurs. The guests realize that they are prisoners in this cursed house, and that its terrifying curse is inevitable. The story delves between madness and evil, as Jonathan uncovers the harrowing facts behind his former home. He discovers that the house was the seat of one of the evil witches who performed demonic acts in these lands. The forces of darkness begin to manipulate Jonathan himself, as he finds himself caught between evil and perdition. Over time, oppressed guests manage to unite together to fight evil and the curse of the house. They are looking for ways to break the curse and free their souls trapped in this cursed house. The final confrontation between the guests and the evil forces escalates, as the house turns into a terrifying battlefield. They manage to uncover ancient secrets and eliminate the evil that inhabits this cursed place. With the end of the conflict, the guests regain their freedom and safety, and emerge from this cursed house with their souls and minds shining with courage. But the curse remains, and the house waits for new victims to haunt and crush them into its dark embrace. With the end of the conflict, the guests regain their freedom and safety, and emerge from this cursed house with their souls and minds shining with courage. But the curse remains, and the house waits for new victims to haunt and crush them into its dark embrace.